Have you ever stood in the middle of your living room, looked around and thought, I just don't have it in me today? The mess isn't big, but something about the weight in your legs, the fog in your chest, it makes even picking up a pillow feel like too much. But here's the quiet truth no one tells us. Keeping a clean, calm home after 60 doesn't have to mean scrubbing, bending, or exhausting yourself. Today, I'll walk you through 10 gentle, thoughtful cleaning tricks made for the tired days. Those when your body says rest, but your heart still wants to feel in control of your space. No strain, no shame, just a softer way of caring for your home. I still remember the day my friend Linda called me. It was a gray morning, and she sounded defeated. My house doesn't feel like mine anymore, she whispered. There are dishes on the counter, dog hair on the rug, and I just want to lie down. She wasn't sad, just worn. So we made tea over the phone. I guided her through just one little thing. She stood up, grabbed a long-handled duster, and did one gentle sweep of her hallway. Just that. And you know what she said after? It felt like I exhaled for the first time in days. This video is for all the Lindas out there. For you, for me, for the tired hearts that still crave a peaceful home. Let's begin. Gently. Number 1. Extendable trash mop. Grab and tidy without bending. You know, there was a time when I'd bend down without thinking. Pick up a sock, reach for a wrapper under the couch, tidy a corner with ease. But these days, every bend feels like a question my knees answer with a loud, "No, thank you." That's when I discovered the magic of the extendable trash mop. It may look simple, a long stick with a soft, gripping pad at the end, but it's been a little lifesaver. With it, I can grab bits of lint, stray tissues, even pet hair in places I used to dread reaching. One morning, I watched my neighbor Marlene, she's 72, clean her hallway without ever bending. She smiled and said, I'd just sweep it all into a corner, then press and pick it up like a pro. No pain, no pressure. And she's right. Tools like these aren't just conveniences. They're acts of kindness to our bodies. We don't need to prove anything by pushing through discomfort. We clean so our home feels peaceful, not so our joints suffer for it. Cleaning isn't about perfection. It's about compassion for your space and for yourself. So if your back groans at the thought of one more reach under the sofa, this little helper might just bring the comfort back into tidying. And from here we move gently into another hack, one that's not about tools, but about timing. Number 2, silicone corner duster. Sweep wall to wall, hands-free. Have you ever noticed how dust loves the high corners? The kind you can't reach unless you climb a step stool. Or worse, stretch your arm till your shoulder protests. I remember once, I tried wiping the ceiling fan with an old rag tied to a broom handle. It ended with dust in my eye and a stiff neck the next morning. That's when I learned about the silicone corner duster. It's this clever little thing, soft, bendable, and shaped just right to fit into wall edges, behind cabinets, even under baseboards. You attach it to a lightweight pole, give it a gentle sweep, and the dust clings like magic. No climbing, no awkward reaching, just standing on your own 2 feet with ease and grace. I think of my friend Judith. She said, I used to feel embarrassed asking my son to help with dusting. Now I just twirl this wand and it's done in minutes. I feel capable again. And that, my dear, is the heart of it. We clean not just to see things shine, but to feel in control of our space. Sometimes the right tool doesn't just clean your home, it restores a piece of your independence. So if the corners have been quietly collecting dust while you've been quietly avoiding them, this duster might just bring you peace. Now, let's explore a clever little trick that takes only 2 minutes, but saves your whole day. Number 3. Vacuum mop stick. Balance without bend. You know, there was a time when I could mop the whole kitchen floor before my morning coffee even got cold. Bucket in one hand, mop in the other, and a rhythm in my back that used to dance through the chores. But things change. These days, just the thought of dragging out the old mop, bending over, squeezing it out, and pushing it back and forth across the tiles, it's enough to make me sit back down. That's when I discovered something that honestly felt like a little gift from the universe. A lightweight vacuum mop stick. No buckets, no bending, no squeezing. It stands tall, just like I want to, and it lets me clean without straining my back or throwing off my balance. One pass, and it vacuums up the crumbs, wipes away the spills, even gets into the corners where dust likes to settle, and pretend it's invisible. The first time I used it, I thought, why didn't I find this sooner? It glides, it swivels, and most importantly, it gives me back the feeling that I can still take care of my space on my own terms. No rush, no pain, just me, the stick, and the quiet hum of independence. Because here's the truth. We don't clean just to make the house look good. We clean to remind ourselves we still matter in this space. Now, if you think that's helpful, just wait until you see what happens when we take the stress out of cleaning walls and corners. Without even raising your arm too high, let's keep going. Number 4. Spray and glide cleaner. Spray, glide, no scrub. There was a time when scrubbing the bathroom tiles felt like a cleansing ritual. Soap, sponge, a bit of elbow grease. I'd hum an old tune while making every corner shine. But these days, even 5 minutes of scrubbing can leave my wrists aching and my shoulders tight for hours after. That's when I stumbled on something I now consider my little bottle of mercy. A spray and glide surface cleaner. You just spray it on kitchen counter, stovetop, sink edge, even shower glass, and let it sit for a few seconds. Then you take a soft cloth or mop and gently glide it across. No hard rubbing, no pressure, no sweat. Just clean. Effortlessly. One day, I sprayed the kitchen stove after making a pot of beef stew. Grease and splatters everywhere. I expected the usual battle, but with just a light wipe, it was all gone. I stood there for a second, holding the cloth, and laughed. It felt like cheating, but the good kind. Because here's something I've learned. We don't clean to punish our bodies. We clean to make peace with our space. And when your hands get a break, your heart gets one too. Now, if you think cleaning smooth surfaces has become easier, just wait until you see what happens when we take on dusty shelves, with zero ladder climbing. Let's ease into the next one. Number 5. Reach and wipe grabber. No stretch surface rescue. There was a time when I didn't think twice about reaching above the fridge or stretching across the table to wipe down a corner. But now, even the smallest stretch can send a sharp pull through my shoulder, or worse, a shaky moment that leaves me breathless. So I found a tool that I now call my gentle extension. A reach and wipe grabber. It's light, easy to hold, and has a soft grip that lets me attach a cleaning cloth at the end. I use it to dust fan blades, wipe behind the microwave, even slide crumbs off the dining table, without lifting my heels or leaning too far. It makes me feel safe, capable, still in control of my space, even if my body isn't as flexible as it once was. One morning, I saw a small coffee spill way in the corner of the countertop. Years ago, I would have leaned over with a paper towel. This time, I just grabbed the reacher, pressed the cloth gently, and with one slow pull, it was gone. No danger, no pain, no mess. Because, like I always say, cleaning isn't about bending. It's about caring for yourself as much as your home. And caring means making things easier, not harder. Next, let's discover a hack so clever, it'll save your knees every time you need to tackle baseboards. Ready? Let's move on. Number 6. Essential Oil Spritzer. Instant air fresh, right from chair. Some days I sit in my favorite armchair, the one by the window with the soft cushion and worn-in arms, and I can feel the whole house around me. Not just see it, but feel it. The way it smells after last night's dinner, or that faint stuffiness from a day without the windows open. And in those moments, I don't want to light a candle or reach for something synthetic. I want something gentle, natural, kind. That's why I started using a small essential oil spritzer. Just a few drops of lavender or citrus oil mixed with water in a little glass spray bottle, and a gentle mist is all it takes to freshen the room. No plug-ins, no aerosols, just peace in a bottle I can keep right beside me. I often reach for it after tidying up or right before guests arrive. Even when no one's coming, I'll spritz a little above the couch, near the curtains, or over my throw pillow. It's amazing how something so simple can lift your whole mood. Because home isn't just about what you see, it's about what you breathe in, too. As I always say, you don't clean the house just to make it look good. You do it so it loves you back. Now, speaking of love, let's take care of the little corners that always get missed, but matter more than we think. The next hack might just surprise you. Number 7. Handheld sponge wand. Sink clean without kneeling. There was a time when cleaning the kitchen sink meant rolling up my sleeves, leaning over, sometimes even kneeling down just to scrub that stubborn edge behind the faucet. But one morning, after a night of poor sleep and knees that just wouldn't bend the same, I stood at the sink and thought, there must be a better way. And there was. The handheld sponge wand has been one of those simple tools that changed everything for me. It's just a long handle with a scrubbing sponge at the end, but it means I don't have to crouch, twist, or stretch awkwardly. I can stand comfortably and clean the sink, the backsplash, even around the faucet, without straining my back or feeling sore afterward. It's not just about making chores easier. It's about preserving our strength for the things we actually want to do, like baking cookies for the grandkids or tending to our roses. When our bodies start to whisper, slow down, we need to listen. And that includes finding tools that respect where we are in life. Because caring for our home shouldn't come at the cost of caring for ourselves. As I always remind myself, we don't declutter to throw things away. We do it to keep only what gives back to our soul. Now let's talk about one of the most overlooked helpers in our homes, one that sits quietly but makes every step feel safer and cleaner. Number 8. Stride-on rug shaker. Fresh carpets standing up. There was a time when shaking out the rugs was a Saturday ritual. I'd drag them out to the porch, hang them over the railing, and beat them like I was chasing away the week's worries. The dust would rise in the little clouds of history, crumbs from breakfast toast, lint from socks, and memories from grandkids' visits. But now, just thinking about bending, lifting, and wrestling with that heavy mat makes my back wince. That's the quiet truth about aging. Our bodies whisper, "Not today," even when our minds still want to say, "I've got this." I remember last winter, the entryway rug had become so dull, it looked like part of the floor. I kept telling myself I'd shake it out tomorrow, but tomorrow kept coming, and the rug stayed put until my daughter gifted me something she called a stride-on rug shaker. I thought it was just another gadget, until I tried it. You simply place it on the rug and walk, gently, steadily. As your feet press, the textured bottom lifts debris, fluffs the fibers, and pulls up grit hidden deep inside. No bending, no vacuum noise, just a quiet stroll and the soft satisfaction of seeing the colors return to life beneath your steps. There's something profoundly human about freshening up your space with your own hands, or in this case, your own feet. It's not just cleaning, it's reclaiming a bit of dignity, A bit of "I still can." And when the rug felt softer that afternoon, I paused with a little smile, not just because it was clean, but because I'd done it myself, without hurting, without strain, and without needing anyone else. We don't declutter to throw things away. We do it to keep only what gives back to our soul. And that little rug, soft, light, and warm under my toes, gave something back. Now that we've freshened the ground beneath our feet, let's clear the air around us too. With just one little spritz, you'll see how easy peace can smell. Number 9, load and go laundry bag. Sort while you walk. There comes a time when even the little things begin to feel a bit bigger. Picking up scattered clothes from the floor, bending over to grab a shirt, lifting a heavy basket from the bedroom to the laundry room. For most of our lives, we did these tasks without thinking twice. But now, they ask more of us than they used to. I remember one quiet morning not long ago. The house was still, sunlight dancing through the kitchen window, and there in the hallway, an overflowing basket of laundry, waiting. And I stood there, just looking at it. Not because I didn't want to do it, but because I knew what it would take. Bending again and again, sorting socks from towels, lifting a load heavier than my back cared to admit. In that moment, the laundry wasn't just laundry, it was resistance. Then, a longtime friend, her name's Edith, 73 and still sharp as ever, came by with something unexpected. A laundry bag on wheels. "Try this," she said with a wink. It had separate compartments for whites, colors, towels. No need to sort on laundry day. Everything goes right where it belongs, day by day. No more bending, no more hauling. Just roll and go. And that's the magic. Suddenly, something heavy became light. I could glide from room to room, sorting as I walked. No pain, no fuss. It gave me back a little control, a little rhythm to my day. And that matters more than people think. You don't clean the house just to make it look good. You do it so it loves you back. Laundry isn't just about clean shirts. It's about keeping life in motion, without breaking yourself to do it. And once the clothes are folded and the basket tucked away, the house feels just a little more peaceful. And that peace, it deserves a scent to match. In the next part, let's talk about how to freshen up your air with just one gentle spray, from right where you're sitting. Number 10, nighttime quick tidy. Prep for tomorrow, effortlessly. There's something sacred about the quiet right before bed. The TV is off. The house hums low. The day, with all its ups and downs, is finally behind you. And right then, just before the lights go out, you have a small choice to make. To leave the little messes for morning, or take 5 gentle minutes to breathe order into your space. I've found over the years that how you end the day shapes how the next one begins. And for women like us, whose bodies may ache a bit more and whose sleep doesn't come as easily as it once did, peace matters. It's not about scrubbing floors or vacuuming carpets at night. No, it's about a soft, thoughtful reset. A dear friend of mine, Marie, she's 68 now and always so wise, shared her ritual with me one evening. She called it her nightly kindness. Just 5 minutes. She'd walk the house slowly, a small basket in hand, return a book to the shelf, fold a throw blanket, clear the dishes off the end table, wipe down the bathroom sink, not rushing, not trying to finish, just closing the day with care. It doesn't seem like much, but those few small acts build a kind of grace into the home. You wake up and there's no chaos, no clutter that whispers, "You forgot me." Just stillness, clean surfaces, a sense of control. And for us, control is not about perfection. It's about creating an environment that gives us ease. A tidy space helps the heart breathe a little deeper, especially when the world outside feels fast and noisy. We don't declutter to throw things away. We do it to keep only what gives back to our soul. That basket, that folded blanket, that cleared table, they're not chores. They're small gifts to your tomorrow self. And in that 5-minute ritual, you tell her, I see you. I'm helping you already. Now that we've lightened the load, inside and out, it's time to bring this journey home. Let's wrap it all together with a gentle reflection on what it means to care for a space and for ourselves, a clean home, a gentle life. And here we are, dear friend, at the end of our little journey through 10 small shifts that can bring big comfort. But this isn't just a list of cleaning tips. It's a quiet rebellion against exhaustion. It's a way of saying, I still deserve ease. I still deserve a space that feels peaceful, even when my body feels worn and my energy runs thin. You see, keeping a clean home at our age isn't about chasing spotless perfection. It's about nurturing a space where we can breathe easier, move safely, and feel at peace. And above all, it's about protecting our energy, not wasting it. Every corner dusted with a long-handled wand instead of crouching down is one more moment our knees thank us. Every evening tidy, done in 5 minutes before bed, becomes a soft promise we make to tomorrow's self. I've taken care of you. I remember my Aunt Ruth. She was 82 when I visited her last. Her house always smelled faintly of lavender and lemon. But what stood out to me wasn't just how tidy it was how gracefully it stayed that way. I asked her once, how do you still keep everything so clean without tiring yourself out? She smiled, handed me her little oil spritzer, and said, I don't clean all at once anymore. I bless my home in tiny moments. That stuck with me, because it's not about scrubbing floors or chasing dust like we did at 30. It's about inviting peace into your home with the smallest motions and letting tools, not your body, do the heavy lifting. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's this. We're not being lazy. We're being wise. We're choosing to live slower, softer, and that is beautiful. The world moves fast enough. Let our homes be our sanctuary, not our battlefield. We don't declutter to throw things away. We do it to keep only what gives back to our soul. So maybe tonight, before you go to bed, you spritz a bit of lavender into the air and fold that blanket just so. Maybe tomorrow, you try that reach and wipe grabber instead of stretching too far. Maybe you simply let go of the guilt of not doing enough and instead remind yourself you're doing what matters most. You're choosing to care for yourself, your home, and your peace. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these little shifts spoke to your heart today? Have you found your own trick that makes life easier? Share it in the comments. Your story might be the one that lifts someone else up. And if this space, this way of talking, feels like home, come back. Subscribe. This isn't just a cleaning channel. It's a circle. A place where wisdom is shared gently and aging is honored as the rich, layered journey it is. Until next time, take care of your space and let it take care of you. Let your home, quietly, patiently, love you back.